Hello everyone, welcome back to modded Minecraft Project Ozone Lite on XP Crafted's patron server. Today I'm going to show you guys how to set up automated crafting. As you can see, I went ahead yesterday, set a little up, little advanced or a little early because just I needed to get it set up, but don't fret. We're going to go over how I did everything today so that way there you guys know how you need to do it. One thing about this mod I did notice is that you see here we have a molecular assembler and an interface. What the interface does is it holds the recipe that we want to craft. And then the molecular assembler actually assembles it. So for every spot that an interface touches a molecular assembler, it gets an extra crafting spot. And for every extra co-processing unit you have is another one of these molecular assemblers that we can use. So that means if you have 3 molecular assemblers touching our, when we're crafting yellow stained glass, and we have 3 co-processors here, it will use these 3 processors here. And the way I have mine set up is the ones in the middle here are actually touched on all sides. So we got a molecular assembler here, we got one there, we got one there, we got one there, and we got one underneath it. So that's 5. So if we had 5 co-processors, we could craft on all 5 of those molecular assemblers. Something else you guys are going to want to do is you're going to want to put speed upgrades in all your molecular assemblers. Yeah, that also helps it craft faster. So that means not only are we crafting on these 4 here for this one, plus the one on the inside, but we get the speed bonus from. So we're crafting 4, but we're also crafting them faster. So a lot of long process things take a lot less time. Now, the way I normally set mine up are in blocks of 32. So, and I'm not quite sure because as you can tell, I've got 4 across by 4, so that would be 16. And I'm not sure if this mod is just reading the interfaces or the molecular assemblers. Well, you want to know what? We can find out real fast. So we'll just come up here. We'll grab ourselves an interface. An interface. Molecular assembler. We got to craft one. We'll go ahead and craft up 10. We'll grab those. We won't. Well, you know what? We're gonna set up a whole nother block. So, yep, spur of the moment, we'll grab ourselves some more, and I'll show you guys exactly how to set one up, so that way there you don't have to worry about it. And I know I'll go ahead and be a bad guy because I didn't show you the recipe, which we can go ahead and go right there. So for the molecular assembler, it's just some iron ingots, the annihilation core, formation core, and just some quartz glass with a crafting table. We already know how to make the interfaces because we made them in the last episode, but just for those that didn't see it, it's iron, the 2 cores, and then just regular glass, and we get an interface. So there we go, we're making those. We'll go ahead and make some more interfaces. Craft 32 of those because we're always using those, and you'll always be using them because they're part of the machines. They're part of a lot of things to craft. So what are we waiting on here? We're waiting on we're just now crafting all the interfaces, so we can collect our moleculars. There we go, we got those. We'll grab the accelerations card, which I do have more, so we'll go ahead and craft another 128 of those. I like to keep mine in groups of 64. Yeah, I know, call me weird, but it's just personal for me. It's my OCD. And there's our interfaces. Then we'll just grab some dense cable. Dense cable and some smart cable. So there we go, we got those. And we just come down here and so the way I start off is I go molecular assembler, interface, then just alternate it like that. So there we go. So we've got 4 molecular assemblers, and I like to keep everything lined up, so we'll go ahead and start right there. Oh, missed it by 1, and we'll just, oops, we don't need that because we're going to run it underneath here, so we'll just go like this. We'll put our dense cable, actually we're going to run our little experiment first and see which one of these is actually reading. So we put the interface there, give it a second. Whoops. It looks like it's only reading the molecular assembler is the device. La 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 la. Yeah, it's not. Because as you can see here, and then the thing I ran into a problem here is for some reason, even though we're using dense cable, we have to use, for some reason we had to use one dense cable at each spot. So we got 32 there. And yeah, it's not reading. Yep, it's reading just the interfaces. It's not reading the molecular assemblers. So that's how we do that. So then we just come up here and we set down our molecular assemblers, go like that. And we just alternate. And then the way I do it is I come over here, I just start putting my cards in. As you can tell, that's a lot of cards we're going to need. And then on this side here, how we started, we ended with the interface. We just go like that. But now since we have it all laid out, we can just go ahead and go like that. There we go. And we go ahead and just do the same thing. Put our cards back in. Looks like we're gonna have to make ourselves some more acceleration cards. In fact, I know we're gonna have to. It's a good thing we started that one order beforehand, and then we just do the same thing. I know you guys like block placing 2017. And then we're going to go ahead and go over a couple of other things that I have done over the past 24 hours. Oops. I got us some wireless crafting set up. I'll show you guys how to do that. It's fairly simple. It's great because now we don't have to go back, because I do have the wireless card right here. So I can, if I wanted to, just go. There we go. Got that. And we'll go ahead and lay down the last of these. And this will give us another, this will give us a lot of crafting that we need. I mean, honestly, I don't think we'll need it all, but I do automate almost anything I have to craft, just in case I ever have to craft it again. I don't have to worry about crafting it, honestly. And yes, I am that lazy on crafting it. See, now, if you guys remember, we have the dense cable down here, which we should actually change out, and I'll show you guys, I will show you guys how to do that. We'll be able to run both of these off of one smart cable run. But I want to show you guys the little bug that I found. So we will have to go like this. So then if we hook it up here, as all you guys know, all these here should connect. So we go like this, and we run it over. There we go. We give it a second to let it connect. And we all know it can take a little bit for it to connect. So we're just waiting. There we go. 8 channels. But we got 32 items there. So we go, yeah, we just need to let it sit for a little longer, right? Nope. So what I've been finding I have to do is add another dense cable. And give it a second. And I'll just go ahead and add the other 3. But once it accepts here, we'll go ahead and, yeah, for some reason, every spot you have to add another row of dense cable. And there we go, all 32 channels. But like I said, for some reason we have to run it all on all dense cable, which I don't like doing, but it is what it is. So there we go. We got those set up. So we do have 2 banks. Now, how I did get the wireless crafting was there's 2 wireless crafters in AE2. There's the wireless crafting terminal, and then there's just a normal wireless terminal for applied energetics. So we have to make the wireless terminal, which is just a wireless receiver, which is a Fluix pearl, which is just Fluix dust surrounded by an ender pearl. 3 iron, and our quartz fiber crystal there, and it gives us a wireless receiver. Then it's just a regular ME terminal, which we remember how to make that from the first one. We just use one of these panels, the formation and annihilation core, and just a logic processor. Then it's a dense energy cell here, which is 8 regular cells surrounded by a calculation processor. That gives us the wireless terminal. Then it's just another Fluix Pearl and a crafting terminal, and we got our wireless crafting. And while it's open, it does use power, so you do have to recharge it from time to time, but it's not bad at all. So then we have to craft the security terminal for applied energistics. Now the security terminal is ME chest, which is another terminal, some glass, it'll take any glass box, glass cable, iron ingot, and either a pure Fluix crystal or a regular crystal, and it gives us an ME chest. Then from that ME chest, it just is 4 iron ingots, an engineering processor, and a 16K ME storage component. And that gives us our security terminal. Now what that does is when you right click on it, it allows us to install that which reads to this system. Then the last thing you're going to need to be able to use it, which if you don't have this here, it makes it really fun, is the wireless access point. And that there's just the broadcaster. And from that there, if you want to, you could add range upgrades and stuff like that. But when you kill the Ender Dragon, you get an Infinity Booster card. And once it drops that, you've got unlimited range. If we wanted to, we can go up here. We'll go down to the Void, or Deep Dark. We haven't been there yet. And now that we're here, we still have access to all of our stuff over at the other terminal. Do you guys notice what I'm noticing? Yeah, we lost a few items there, didn't we? Yeah, for some reason we lost all of our ingots. Whoa, we're gonna have to extend that platform out a little bit because it knocked us off. Yeah, let's go find out real fast why our ingots disappeared. There they are. I know why. This area over here is not chunk loaded. Actually, where the ingots are just not chunk loaded. So yeah. So those will drop out. That's okay. Simple problem, simply done. And if you guys have any problems with me explaining anything going on here, don't feel free to ask. Drop me a note. I do read the messages, and I do try to get back to everybody. So yeah, so that's where we're at on the crafting. So if you guys remember yesterday when I talked about it, I said there was craft table crafting, and then there was process crafting. The molecular assemblers with the interfaces there take care of crafting of, like, if we want to make a wooden chest. So that there is normal crafting, as I call it, which they call it crafting pattern. That's all it is. So, which we need to. I don't have a pattern in there for a chest, so we just go like that. And you can have it or dictionary. Now with the or dictionary, you do have to be careful because sometimes, even though things say they're or dictionaried, because the way the mods talk, they don't always work. So if your item doesn't want to craft, pull pull it out and make sure that the or dictionary is not checked. But on chests, this way here, if we have an or dictionary and we run out of spruce wood, it'll go to oak or anything else. So one thing that we can do is we can tell it how to make oak planks. So there we go. Now we got those there. And then we come over here to our interface terminal. And we drop these in. Now remember all those other ones that we just built down here? There they are. Those are all the empty ones right here. So we can go ahead and drop these ones here on the new stuff that we got. There we go. And if we want to tell it we want some chests, we just type in chests, and we can tell it we want 1,000 chests. And it'll say, okay, this has to craft 8,000 of these, and it says we got enough stuff to make it. Now if we don't have enough stuff, say we want to craft, it'll say, hey, we're missing this, and it'll tell you how many we're missing, and it'll also tell you if you have a CPU crafting unit that's got enough memory to store all the stuff in. As you can tell, we don't have enough of either. So we'd have to go out and chop some more trees, and we'd have to add a couple more 64. We'd have to add at least 164 more K processing unit on there. Now the other one that I was talking about was just for like, let's see here, I set it up over here. It's for like the signals here. Say we want to make, like here I've got it set up to make energetic alloy. So what you do there is you come up here, we switch it back, and then we go to process pattern. Now on the process pattern, what we do is you have to have one of each item that you use. So we have to have one gold ingot, we have to have a glowstone, and a redstone. So once we have those items, then we also have to have an energetic alloy too. And once we have those, we put this in here, and that's the recipe right there. And then we tell it what it makes. Then we just put the pattern down, and away we go. Something else we can do is say we don't want to just have one. We can go ahead and tell it we want to craft 64. And we grab 64 of those. Then we grab of those, and we can put those in like this. And it'll craft 64 of these. But the problem with that is I'll show you guys this. Let's come down here, find our alloy. We'll replace that one there. So if we want one, it's going to craft 64. See? So that's the problem with that. And it's good and bad. On some things it works really well. Like on this here, we'll go okay. Not a problem. It'll craft up the 64. But like on the seeds and seeds, the quartz seeds and stuff like that, which I do have set up down here. Like these, if you go above 2, it doesn't like it and it starts getting confused if it starts putting whole stacks of things in there. So you do have to be careful with it, you know. But yeah, that's why I just go ahead and on most things I just leave it at set at the 1. But I just wanted to show you guys that you can do that. And since it's already set up, we'll go ahead and go like that. Swap it back. And declare it, you just select on it, shift, right click, and away we go. It's done. So yeah, so that's how you set up automated crafting for processes and pattern crafting. And that's how we do set up our wireless crafting. Like I said, you just craft yourself a wireless access point. A security terminal. And then we craft ourselves a wireless crafting terminal. Just run it through. Drop it down. Away we go. To do automated crafting, we come up here. We decide whether it's going to be a machine or whether it's going to be able to be crafted in a crafting terminal. If it's crafted in the crafting terminal, we do a processing we do a crafting pattern. We set up the pattern, then we drop it down, and then we just go over here to our interface terminal and we drop it in. If it's going to be used in a machine, like we want to make dust, we then get one of each item. And then we put the item that is beginning, and we put the finished product there. We drop it down, and then we go down and put it, like in this case here, it'd be the sag mill. So we come down here wherever you set your sag mills up, and you drop it in one of the interfaces, and it'll go, okay, this is what it takes. So other than that, there's nothing to be scared of. With just a little work, a little practice, you guys will be setting up and automating everything at one time. And like I said, if you have any questions on automated crafting, just let me know. And for that, we're going to call it an episode, everyone. I wanted to let you know. Have a good day now. Bye-bye.